What up, everybody in the YTBC? Just doing a little impromptu live. Just give me a second because I was asked to do something in one of the hangouts. So that's what I'm going to do. Hope everybody is doing well today. Yeah. All right. There we go. All right. This will definitely be the last live of the month. Being that it's the last day of the month, if I'm not mistaken. I've never really been good at keeping track of what months have 30 and what months have 31 days. All I know is February has 28, and every once in a while it has 29. But let me take a look at the chat. What up, Unrivaled Boxing Talking News, aka Mark? He's like, what? I got a notification. What up, Black Horseman? What up, Boxing Jedi? What up, Chen Smoke? What up, IBT? And yeah, this will be the last live of the month. Not only because it's the last day, but it's because I'm nearing that last hour of free StreamYard. So I already put money into my editor. I'm not gonna put money into StreamYard unless I start making some money off YouTube. But I'm cool with that. I'm not trying to make money off of YouTube. So if the rest of my YouTube career, all my StreamYard hours is the free ones, I'm cool with that. Hopefully StreamYard doesn't change it to where you don't get any free hours, then I have to figure out something different. But anyways, I'm in a good mood today. IBT's like, I got a notification too. But I'm in a good mood because I woke up, I stepped outside, and the weather felt nice. It feels so good right now. I am outside in my backyard. That's the other thing. I'm back home. I was house sitting for my dad for 3 weeks. I like his house, but what I don't like is the phone reception. And I don't know what's up with his internet. His internet is usually pretty good, and I told him when I saw him when he came back, I said, I think you might need to get your router swapped out because the router that he has, he's had it for a long ass time, and his internet should not be running as slow as it is. But anyways, it was very annoying. Now I'm back home. I'm in the city. We get a lot better reception over here, and I don't have the fastest internet available, but I have internet that runs faster than his does right now, which shouldn't be the case, but that's just the way it is. But then I stepped outside and I felt this beautiful climate. It's not I'm my balls are not sweating right now. That's a great feeling. And it won't last. In about 2 hours, it'll feel like the devil's anus. So I'm just enjoying it while I can. Um oh, what up? Ronald Finkley. Hey, you know what? I probably don't got to tell you all this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Anybody who's not subscribed to Ronald, Mark, Jedi. Oh, what up, AA Boxing and Blunts? We have Mark, Jedi, um, Black Horseman, and Ronald Finkley. Please subscribe to them. I also want to go ahead and give a big thank you um to Aries Zodiac. Sorry. He's still new to me. Like I've only been watching his content for like a week or two. So I'm still registering the name. I also don't help that I'm not fully awake yet. But yeah, I want to give the big thank you to Aries Zodiac. He's a good dude. And the reason why I want to thank him is he gave a real heartfelt thank you, not only to me, but to those of you who subscribed to him because of the spotlight that I did. And he did something that I think is very smart, and that is letting the new subscribers know what he is all about. And I think that helps to avoid any confusion, any misconceptions, and I think he's exactly what this community needs. Just real talk. So if you haven't checked out Aries Zodiac, you owe it to yourself to check him out. He is no nonsense. He he said it in his video to the new subscribers. Like, he's not here to say that his opinion is fact, and he's not here to take sides. He's here just to speak the facts and to speak his opinion, and that is the most admirable thing you can do on YouTube. Because we see it, dudes, they get on here and they immediately start painting that narrative. They immediately take their paintbrush and they dip it in some bullshit and they throw it on the canvas. But that's not what this guy does. And you won't be sorry if you subscribe to him. What up, Phone Jack? Hold on. All right, if you think he'll take his belts back, that's fine. We'll see. I mean, that's your opinion at this point. If he does it, it becomes fact. So we'll see what happens. It's because I'm so YouTube friendly. What up, Toby Bartlett? Um, Another reason why I'm doing this live, aside from it being a beautiful day and being able to walk around outside, enjoy the weather, and talk to you fine folk, is like I had planned to have a video out today and it just didn't work out. I don't know what's going on with this video. I've been meaning to make it. I finally recorded it, but um I just haven't been able to edit it. And actually, even though I recorded the video, there's some other work that needs to be done on the video that I didn't get to do. And I'm not talking about the editing part, just some other work on it, some other preparation. So it seems like I've had this idea for this video for like a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks. And things keep coming up where I'm like, oh, I want to make a video on this, and I guess I'll put that on the back burner, and or I'll make a video about that. And then when I saw Aries, I really felt it. Felt the need to get him out there um, sooner rather than later. But I did record this video, and I'm hoping to have it out tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. But who else do I want to thank? Because there's more thanks. I thank you, Jay Cotto, for inspiring me to open my channel. You know, real talk. I thank all the subscribers for giving me the motivation to keep up with the channel. I thank Black Horseman, who has actually taught me quite a lot since I joined the UGC. I want to thank the MXBC because they're over there doing their thing and I like it. These guys, they're all about the free smoke. Y'all can say whatever you want about the MXBC. I'm not expecting everybody to like them. I understand. They can be somewhat of an acquired taste, but just hear me out. These guys are all about the free smoke. And what I mean by free smoke is debates. And I think they try to, even though the format may not be what everybody's used to, it is fair. I can honestly say it is fair. They don't have five guys ganging up on one. When two guys start debating, everybody gets put backstage except for the two guys who are debating. And then they just go at it. And then at the end, there's a vote. So it's a very savage debate because you ain't got nobody moderating. But shout out to them because they live streamed the debate last night. So, like, not only do they host debates, but and it's free smoke and it's completely fair, but they actually showed a real debate and they commented on it. And I think they're funny. So, like, that's the other thing you got to take into account. I'm a guy who likes comedy. I find a lot about what they do to be funny. Sometimes they have some very controversial characters, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but because they're controversial, some live streams just may not be suitable for some people, or some people might find it to be just too offensive to sit through. I get that. But shout out to them for doing their thing over there. Let me take a look real quick. What up, Charles D, Mandaloso, Brown Gone One. I like to make sure everybody feels included. I won't be modding anybody up just because I don't have my tablet out here. My tablet's charging currently. Usually what I do is I have my tablet and because it's very hard to leave StreamYard to do anything else. You know, a lot of times if I leave StreamYard, y'all can't hear me the whole time that I'm not in StreamYard. And then sometimes you can. So that there's no like definite rule. Sometimes I leave StreamYard and I get kicked out of the studio altogether, you know. So I try to once I start a live, I try to stay in there. And like I said, I don't got my tablet, but I do try to mod up everybody just to make them feel included. I know that kind of goes against the whole purpose of having mods, but that's just the way that I do it. Please respect it. If you have a channel, I respect everybody and how they mod up people. You know, I have some people that have taken my wrench away, and we haven't had a falling out. I haven't disrespected them, but I don't get mad at it. I still show my support. So please, please, accept how I do my channel. Let me see. I'm just trying to check the chat and then keep chatting with y'all. But yeah, this weather just puts me in a good mood. Like the weather it is right now. I'm in Central Florida. So anybody who's in Central Florida, you know, or not too far, you see this weather we're having right now. If this is how the weather could be year round, 24 hours a day, I'd be so happy. Maybe it's slightly cooler. I kind of like cooler weather, which is ironic because I live in one of the hottest states you can live in. Some people say it is the hottest state. My girlfriend has lived in a couple states, and she said that the humidity here surpasses the humidity at all the other states. She said it could get pretty humid in Texas, but it gets way humid here. She said that, you know, doesn't really get humid in California. I guess Arizona's pretty dry. These are all the states she's lived in. I mean, I've visited other states. I've only lived in Florida. So, what up, P Boxing? What up, Tommy Temper? Yeah, but I figured, hey, I got like 1 hour. I don't really even know how much time I have left on StreamYard. But I said, hey, it's a good day. I didn't get to put out a video. Let me go ahead and go live. Enjoy the the climate, talk to you guys. And now I shouldn't have opened my big mouth. It's starting to warm up a little bit. I can feel the shift. I could feel it. I could feel it changing. It still feels good, but it doesn't feel as good as it felt 10 minutes ago. And I'm sure that unpleasantness will continue until it feels hot. And for those of you who don't know, El Jefe has started his new channel. It's called the Oak Cliff Boxing Community. So if you like El Jefe, you like his style, you like his comedy, or if you're just looking to check out another channel, go subscribe to the boy. We'll see how long it lasts this time. he, he even owned up to it. He said, I don't think I've had a channel any longer than 2 weeks. I don't know why he keeps deleting them. Just because something happens, does it? This is just some advice, El Jefe. If you come across this live, all right, just some advice. If something happens and you have a falling out with somebody or something, something goes down on a live of yours, or you have a back and forth or anything like that, you don't have to shut the channel down. People will still rock with you. And even if you delete the channel, people are gonna, like, the haters are gonna, they're gonna hate. Like, they're gonna remind you that this happened, or they'll, a lot of times, like, some of these people, they have no lives. Like, they record, they record everything you do. That way, if you delete your channel, they still have receipts. And it's stupid. Like, I don't record everything. I've recorded stuff and try to expose people and stuff, but a lot of times it's all in good fun. It's not like a hatred thing. It's more of I thought this was funny, so I'm gonna edit it and make it funnier thing, you know? But, and this, El Jefe, like, that guy Zero, he records everything. Or I should say, he streams everything live and gives no commentary on it. Like, I don't really know Zero, so I'm not gonna, like, insult him, but just somebody who does that, I would think, doesn't have a life. But I'm not saying, just to make it clear, I'm not saying Zero doesn't. I'm just saying I don't see how anybody can do that and have a life. Like, how do you do that and you have a wife, kids, a job? Some people, God bless DT3, the Boom Man. Shout out to him. I don't know if he still does it, but I know for a while he had 2 jobs. He has a family. He got a wife. He and then he's also doing this YouTube thing, and he's a I think he's a Muay Thai fighter. How do you balance all of that? You got to train. You can't just say I'm gonna be a Muay Thai fighter one day and then not train, thinking you're gonna go in there and do something and you get your ass whooped. So I don't know how he does it. So shout out to Boom Man. I once heard him say that sleep is a luxury he just doesn't have. So, I mean, maybe maybe this whole lockdown stuff was a blessing in disguise for him. A shout out to him. I respect any man who, is taking care of his family and is able to balance this shit and Muay Thai. I want to say it's Muay Thai. If I'm incorrect, I apologize, DT3. But I know he's involved in some kind of combat sport. I know it's not boxing. I know that. He doesn't box. But whatever it is that he does is, still requires training. What up, 1-2 kid? Support gang, gang, gang. Oh man. And I can't help but think about this, right? So there's somebody, I'm not gonna say his name, and I apologize to y'all who listened to UGC Flames live last night. Because you're about to hear a little repeat. All right, so there's an individual. I'm not gonna say his name, but he has accused me of clout chasing him. The reason why he says I clout chased him is because I made 3 videos. One video was about him. 2 videos were to him. Now, the first video was just a parody. Anybody who saw the silly songs with RGM that I uploaded Saturday, that's the second official silly songs, but technically I have, I think, 4 or 5. Let's see. I did one on Errol Spence. I did one on Deontay Wilder. I did this one. And I did one on the fellow that I'm talking about right now. Like I said, I'm not going to say his name. God forbid I do, because then I'm clout chasing. Which I don't understand, because the guy gets gets very little views. Like, I could upload a video in 10 hours. I'll do more views than videos that he's uploaded a month ago. So I don't, yeah, I'm not. And then I have like literally 6 times the subscribers he has. So over 6 times actually. So, but I'm not here to like brag about my subs, because in the grand scheme of things, I ain't shit. But so his reasoning is that I made 3 videos about him. The other 2 videos were addressing him. He did something for me to make those videos, like it was a reactionary thing. The first thing he did was demand that I go live on a random day so that he could debate me about a certain boxer that I don't hardly ever mention. I can't say the boxer's name, because if I do, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. You probably already do. But anyways, so I made a video saying, hey, it's cool if you want to debate. You can't just tell me when to go live and debate you. Like, we have to agree upon a time. I have to be available. You have to be available. My understanding is that this guy has at least 1 child. So I would think that he has priorities. So I told him, and I told him also, I told him how the debate structure is going to go, because I don't like the whole talking over each other and insulting each other. That's not a debate to me. And I told him, like, that it's going to go to a vote. You can't say that people's votes don't matter. They're going to decide who won the debate. So he started spamming my comments, and I told him in multiple times, stop spamming my comments, because I'm going to be forced to block you. And it's because I got, unlike him, I actually got people who watch my shit. And the last thing I want is for them to feel like they can't comment on my channel, because when they do, they're going to get spammed to hell with, like, not even exaggerating, 4 to 8 responses, all having to do with a boxer that their comment had nothing to do with. So I told them again and again and again and again. He didn't listen. So I blocked him, and I made a video saying, you ducked the debate, because if you really wanted it, you would have, I asked you not to do this, and you did it anyways. And recently he said something along the lines of, oh, I earned the right to do that. No, you didn't. If you came to my house, and every time you came to my house, you came with muddy ass shoes, and you refused to clean them before you walked in, I don't have to let you in. You haven't earned the right to shit. And that's basically what he was doing. He was muddying up my comment section. So I made that video. Those are the only 3 videos I made about this dude. This dude has made 8 videos about me in the last 2 weeks. Real talk. So if just in the last 2 weeks, he's made other videos about me. So if I made 3 videos, keep in mind, the only one I did on my own was that first one. The other 2 were responses to his behavior. So in reality, I only really made 1 on my own. And and that's clout chasing. And you've done 8 in the last 2 weeks. Keep in mind, the 3 videos I did is in the whole history of my channel. He's made more videos about me in the last 2 weeks than I made about him in the whole history of my channel. Who's clout chasing who? You gotta have some logic behind the shit you say. What up, Sporting Advantage? How you doing today, my friend? P-boxing. Uh the hint. He's on the MXBC all the time. I shouldn't say all the time, but quite often. And he never lets anybody talk. He always talks over everybody. Those are the hints that I'll give you. I think you'll be able to figure it out. My bad, I wasn't looking at the chat at all, so I wasn't ignoring you. I was going on my whole little storytelling shit. Oh, P, I can't do it because that would be clout chasing according to this individual. Hold on. Tell me, I did a few what on Fury videos? I did a whole week on Tyson Fury. If you're talking about videos, after he beat Deontay Wilder, I did a whole week, and it was a lot of satire. It was a lot of satire. And you know what? If Deontay Wilder um beats Tyson Fury in the third fight, I'll do the same for him. I'll do a whole week of Deontay Wilder videos, not negative ones either. Because I didn't do no negative ones on Tyson Fury. It would only be fair if I only did positive videos on Deontay Wilder. But they will have some funny mockumentaries in the beginning. And originally I wanted to do that as one mockumentary, but it just wasn't working out the way I wanted it to, so I broke it up. And it works out better for me because I think if I would have did it in one, it would have taken me out of uploading for like a week or 2 to put out one video. And don't get me wrong, I am about quality, not quantity, but I try to also keep up with uploading consistently. Because you kind of lose people when you don't, you know. Now, if I feel like I have to walk away, I'm gonna do that. I have to walk away for a little while. I know it's gonna hurt the channel a little bit, but in the long run, it benefits me because if I stay, there's a chance I'll get to a point where I'm like, I don't want to do this shit no more, and then I'll just call it quits. And I don't want to do that. So I take the calculated and necessary moves, and I make the best judgment calls I can. So I don't know if I if I acknowledge Angel Santos, but what up, Angel Santos? Angel's a good dude. I'm thankful for him as well. Whatever conversations we have are always like, I learned something, whether it be on a StreamYard, be in a hangout, text because he has my number. I have his. Um, or even a phone call. A one-on-one. I always learn something from Angel. He's a good dude. Just like me and everybody else on this planet. He ain't perfect, but damn it, I love the dude like a brother. And there's a lot of people I could say that for, you know. But I just, yeah, I'm glad you do, Angel. And that's what true iron sharpens iron is all about. There's some experience I've had that you haven't. There's some experience that you've had that I haven't. If I'm being honest, I think that your iron is just a bit sharper than mine. But if I teach you anything, that's what's up. You know, it's like I told you. If one day you wanna have a little sit down and see if I can figure out some of that stuff with the editing, I'm more than happy to help you out with that. You definitely helped me out with certain things, so that way certain things that need to be done around the house that require, a screw. I know how to use a screwdriver and simple shit like that. And I pretty much knew how to use everything that was in this little toolbox. There was this thing I never seen before. And I was just like, what the hell is that? So one day I went over to my dad's and I took the toolbox and I was like, I know what everything else here is, but this thing, I have no idea. He looked at it, he took it out of the toolbox, and he's like, at first he didn't know what it was, but he figured it out. It was just this little rubber thing you put on the end of the hammer. That way, when you're hammering something and you don't, like, for instance, IKEA. You buy something from IKEA, their wood, it's not really the best quality wood. You would want to use that on the hammer if you're hammering something because it's going to help prevent dents, you know. And I'm gonna be honest, I forgot why I'm even telling this story. But yeah, what up, Gun Rights Mafia? Just taking a look at the chat. I also want to thank P Boxing since I'm thanking people. The reason why I want to thank P Boxing is because despite the differences in opinion that me and him have, we have yet to have a single argument. That's rare in the YTBC. Extremely rare. Like, I'm gonna be honest, me and him, I don't think we agree on anything at all when it comes to boxing. But every time I see him, it's nothing but respect. You know, it is. Like he shows me respect, I show it back. We talk our boxing talk. We'll agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, the respect is still there. Like I said, we have yet to have any kind of argument, any kind of fallout, not even the slightest ill will at all. I've had people who call me friend, that destroy that, they terminate the friendship on their end because I didn't see something the same way they did on boxing. To me, those people are people with agendas. Let's keep it real. Like if you have an agenda, you don't want anything to do with people who aren't pushing that same agenda. And there's two people that come to mind that I guess they're on that Eastern European agenda. And because I said some things about Alexander Povetkin when he popped dirty, keep in mind, it was all my opinion based off of the information I had available to me at the time. They didn't want to fuck with me no more, and that's fine. That just shows me they wasn't in it for any real reason. Like it shows me that they were in it for an agenda. If you only want to be friends with me because you think that I'm pushing an agenda that you're pushing, I don't need you to be my friend. So that's what's up, P. That's what's up. Yes, I picked Loma to win as well. Looking forward to that fight, and it's coming up. It's coming up. We got like what, just a couple weeks. Correct me if I'm mistaken. I'm looking forward to that fight. You know, and I thank Al Heyman for putting on a good card. I think that card was good. People have some very strong opinions on certain outcomes. I'll just go ahead and say it. My opinion, Derenchenko, he just has that Badu Jack syndrome. He starts too late. You know, he waited. If you give up the first 4 or 5 rounds, you've got a lot of ground to make up. And I feel that's what he did. You know, and that's just my opinion. And I'm not saying that he couldn't have won. What I'm saying is, like you can't take time off, especially when you know that you're like the clear B side, and it shouldn't be that way. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with that. I think if you won the rounds, you won the rounds. But um, a lot of times, if you're the clear B side, those swing rounds, they're going to the clear A side. That's just how it is. So I wouldn't say it's a robbery. I'm not mad at anybody who feels that Derevchenko won. But when you have a close fight, you can't really have a robbery, in my opinion. As far as the banana getting peeled, I mean, I know it's a weird looking punch, but I've seen weirder. I've seen weirder things happen in boxing, so unless there's concrete evidence that there was something that, like the fight was thrown and it was predetermined, because I'm gonna be real. My thinking is that I do think Rosario threw the fight, but not because he was paid to do so. I think he didn't want to be there anymore. And in my opinion, if you beat the will out of the guy, you still beat the guy. So why am I gonna take away credit from Charlo? So, I'm not gonna do that. That's what the Wilder fans did with the glove gate, They their guy lost and they made excuses and they came up with conspiracy theories. I didn't pick Rosario to win. I think Rosario was kind of like Munguia 2.0. They did something impressive, but it got blown way out of proportion. And I also, but I did pick Derevchenko to win, and he lost. But I'm not gonna make excuses. I don't feel he got robbed. Like if I'm in a prediction league and I get something wrong, I'm not going to trash a professional boxer's name in for the sake of my prediction league status. Like let's be real. Like don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the prediction league isn't something to big up, but we're talking about a prediction league versus somebody's professional career. I'm sorry. That professional career is more important. So I'm not gonna trash the Charlos for the sake of that. I think the priority for me, the priority is boxing, you know. And if we're busy making these champions look bad just because it didn't go the way that we wanted it to, that really makes the sport look bad to the casuals who are trying to get into the sport. It's already hard enough to understand this shit. Kind of have to. There should be like a college course on how this sport works because for a casual, it's difficult. The WBC has 5 belts in some divisions and 4 belts in others. First off, that in itself is is uh is going to be complicated to a casual because they see that Ryan Garcia has a belt, quote unquote belt. They're thinking he's the champion at 130, 135. Then when you then you find you try telling a casual, well, there's 4 other guys who have belts too, and then one of those belts is technically not even a belt. It's a status that can't be taken from them when they lose. And then it comes down to, all right, well, who's the guy between the franchise and the regular or whatever you want to call that belt that Haney has? It's like, well, technically you would want to give it to the regular, being that you can actually lose it. It can really be challenged for. But then he got it via email. So it becomes very confusing. Now try throwing in the fact that there's 3 other sanctioning bodies and they all have their own rules and they all have, some of them have their own super belt and regular belt. It becomes so fucking convoluted that I think that's part of the reason why casuals don't want to get into learning the sport. It's too complicated, especially Americans. We want things as simple as possible. If I'm keeping it real. So, and just to make it clear, because I do see a little beef going on. I'm not gonna say between whom. Just to make it clear, I um I let men handle their own business, even in my comment section. All I ask is that you leave race and threats out of it. Naturally, y'all gonna call each other pussies and bitches and all that. But as long as you don't like make threats and make racist comments, you know, I I let the grown men do what they're gonna do. Well, that's the thing, Ronald. Mauricio Suleiman, he just changes the rules as he goes. Like to be honest, I want to call that fight undisputed. I really do because he had that belt, um, and nobody beat him for it. So technically, it would be an undisputed fight, but there were some choices that were made. Possibly some lines of coke were done. Possibly some hookers, possibly some STDs were acquired. And now we have Lomachenko as as a franchise champion. And I don't agree with that. Now, there's an argument to be made that because English isn't his first language, and you know, there's an argument to be made that Bob did it. To me, all things are speculation and all things are valid. If you feel that it's Loma's fault, I'm not knocking it. If you feel it was Bob, you think Bob did it, I'm cool with that too. You know, this is one of those things. There's no precedent for that franchise belt right now. And really, if it was up to me, I would slap Mauricio Suleiman and make him get rid of that bullshit. If it was up to me. So let's see. I don't think I really have much more I want to say today. Big shout out to everybody. If I forgot to thank you, my sincerest apologies. If I'm not mistaken, tomorrow is a brand new slate of new hours for the StreamYard. I will continue to do streams as often as I can. I'm gonna try to keep them shorter because, like I said, you know, those 20 hours, they gotta last me the whole month. I'm not putting any money into it unless I can get money back from YouTube, you know, enough money to break even, then I'll do it. You know, I don't feel like I need to make money to give me a certain lifestyle. Y'all give me a moment. All right, my bad. My bad. But yeah, I hope everybody has a good day. Everybody stay safe if you're in Florida. And try to wake up. If you don't wake up early, try to wake up early just to take advantage of the nice weather that we're having. It'll probably start being hot again in the morning and then cold again, or not cold, but cool again. Um, there's certain people in my family that they have a very low tolerance for cold weather. They're like, it's cold outside. I'm like, it's not cold. It's it's nice. But that's all I got for y'all today. Um, and thanks for the support from everybody from the bottom of my heart. Y'all be blessed. Peace.